host, and I was advertising myself as a talk show, and I'm not really a talk show yet. I'm more just this guy sitting here talking. And the one thing that I want is to chat with people. So why not doodly do chat with people and go to just chatting. So here I am in just chatting, just chatting. Yeah, nothing's changed. Oh boy, we'll see what happens. Um, I'm rocking the Aquaman hair here, deep sea, deep sea look, liking it. I thought it was going to be purple. The sky was all purple. There were people running everywhere. Um, but it came out aquamarine with some blues and some purples, some sea colors in it. I'll go with that. I'll go with that. Once it starts to fade out, maybe I'll tell my homegirl to go purple on me, and let's do Purple Rain. Um, Purple rain, rain, purple rain. You know that song. You gotta know it. So if you don't know that song, look it up. I got no viewers. No one cares. They tell you, oh, you're not supposed to have 0 viewers. That's a bad thing to have. Always have get a family member or a friend just to log in at random and be watching your stream at all times. Like, really, really, no, I'm not gonna do that. What I am gonna do is this. Be right back. Oh, these aching bones, these aching bones, these aching bones are aching. Ow, 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 problem is that I sit in this chair far too long. It's crooked as hell. What is that in the bottom of that? A wrinkle? Oh, that's terrible. It's terrible. I think we can do better than that. Let's see. Let's see that. Let's try that. See if that is any better. No. Oh, my stars and garters. Come on, kid. Come on. Ugh. I set up against this wall in hopes that I could green screen. I bought green fabric like they recommended on YouTube, and I didn't buy enough, and I bought the wrong shade, and it just sucks. So I'm gonna hold off on trying to do a green screen behind me for a while because I don't need one. I can just do this. Yeah, there, now I get to see my Depeche Mode poster, even though it's behind me. Excellent. So this video will end up being at least the one that's the coming attraction video. So it's like, what's your show all about? Well, I'm gonna do 3 chats a week. Mondays I'm gonna do Pagan chat or Wiccan chat, basically, because I'm a Wiccan. Wednesdays I'm going to do current affairs, politics mainly. And Friday will be potpourri, where I'm just like getting out of, coming down from losing my damn mind over current politics and getting into instead just talking about anything. That'll be the random night. That'll be a totally random, crazy night. What we got here? Let's see. We'll try this one. No, this one. There we go. So I got music. You don't. Because I still don't know what the rules are for doing music in your streams. Because I don't want to get, DMCA'd or anything like that. So there's that. Vape. Boost. I'm taking a ride with my best friend. I hope he never lets me down again. He knows where he's taking me where I long to be. I'm taking a ride with my best friend. We're flying high, we're watching the world pass us by. Never want to come down, never want to put my feet back down on the ground. I'm taking a ride with my best friend. I hope he never lets me down again. Promises me I'll be safe as houses as long as I remember who's wearing the trousers. I hope he never lets me down again. Live version. Come on, I want to see those hands. I want to see those hands. Pasadena. We're flying high. We're watching the world pass us by. Never want to come down, never want to put my feet back down on the ground. Let's Martin. We're flying high, we're watching the world pass us by. Never want to come down, never want to put my feet back down on the ground. And the rest of this is mainly instrumental with their lyrics. There's still lyrics in this. This is the album version I've got going on here. I won't sing anymore for right now, but expect lots of singing because I was not singing a lot on Twitch, but I realized I was doing a lot of singing on my Facebook page for my friends, and I mean, right now my voice is a little tired because it's 2 a.m. and I've been singing earlier and stuff. But it's one of my strengths, and play to your strengths. And my strengths are talking a lot about things I know about, like Wicca, paganism, current affairs, politics, and the Great Pumpkin. Politics, religion, and the Great Pumpkin. Just anything else that comes to mind is what's going to go on. That'll be fun for those days. Let's see. I think I can do this there. This is incense. It is really groovy. So look at this package. It's like a hexagon package. Hexagon, 6 sides, dragon's blood. Dragon's blood. So I got some dragon's blood going here. I will be shortly. On my green mat. I'm not going to lift this. There's I burnt a stick earlier. Fire! 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 I am the god of hellfire, and I bring you fire. Remember that? You're old enough to remember Prodigy? Techno? Remember techno when techno was a thing? Now it's all dark wave, and I don't know what it is. I'm 50. May not look it. Sure sound it, though. Beard is a dead giveaway. You know, there are older videos on here you can watch, and that's perfectly fine. I'm still like getting my feet wet in the world of Twitch streaming. I'm on Twitch. I also have a website. You know, I was going with the Pagan thing, the whole thing with my magical name, Dionysus Ganesha. So that's why this channel is Dionysus Ganesha, and why the other why originally my show was called TalkTalk with Dionysus Ganesha. I've switched it back to Joseph Pagan, which is still a stage name, but I've used that name before, or tried to, and I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna go with that name, see how that goes, see if that like sticks. Like hopefully the freaking blue tacky stuff keeps that up. This is from Etsy. Nice pentagram or pentacle. It's a physical object, a pentacle. Very made with natural things and flowers added to it. I like the sunflowers. And this, of course, Depeche Mode, my favorite band, which I'm listening to right now, a mix of just their greatest hits. The poster is done in the style of Violator, which is arguably, you can argue it's their best album. It is one of the most solid albums in terms of you know, like danceable tracks that come off of it. Not sure I'd say honestly if it's their best album. Some Great Reward was the first album I listened to back in '84. Didn't get into it in '84. I was 14 and a little young, and Blasphemous Rumors was really freaking me out. So I didn't. I put the tape in a shoebox. I've said this before. Put it in a shoebox, and didn't listen to it until I was 18, 19. 1920, I started getting into the alternative music, and I found this Depeche Mode tape. I might have had New Order Substance as well on cassette, because back in the day, my first car was bought by my dad for me at 18. It was a Dodge Daytona. Now, if you remember the Daytonas, they're the cars. They, very sporty. The headlights would flip up, so you didn't have headlights normally. You had like nice flip up, like Kit Knight Rider. The back had like black louvers on the back window to block sunlight. It was a cute. It was a young guy's car. That was the thing. I really originally I wanted a sedan. Jimmy Carr. I won't explain that. I explained it in the old videos. Pay attention. I wanted a sedan because they had like a bench seat in the back. I could fit three in the back, two in the front. More of my friends could ride with me, so we could go out to the clubs together. Um, but my dad was like, that's an old person's car. You need a young person's car." And the only one I fit in, because I'm a big fella, I'm heavy. I've always been heavy. I'm 420. Jimmy Carr. I'm 420 today. In my youth, I was probably 350, same height, 6'1", 350. But in college, throughout college, I was in really good shape, cardio wise, because I was dancing so much. Even though I was like smoking, unbeknownst to my father, I was smoking about half a pack a day, which in the grand scheme of things was stupid as fuck, but at least it wasn't like a pack a day habit. At least I was drinking all the hemlock. I was just drinking the frothy part. That hemlock is so good. Why do I feel funny? Mom? Anyway. Um, but going out to the clubs, I mean, 3 nights a week, um, dancing until 2 in the morning, then hitting Denny's and getting a big fatty stack of pancakes or just eggs and bacon. And I was probably closer to 300 those years because I was dancing all the time, and my cardio was good. I keep saying cardio, because I keep thinking of Rule One cardio from Zombieland, and right now my cardio is shit. I'm 50. I have neuropathy, which is numbness in my hands and feet. It really hits my feet, and it's not diabetic. I don't have the diabetes, but my feet are numb and they get wounded from the little bump into something, and I don't notice it because I don't feel it. I don't treat it. So right now I'm getting treated for wounds, and I'm getting treated for an infection in one of the wounds, which it got a staph infection. Like, what the hell? This is bullshit. I keep getting these fucking infections. I had some common infection in my other leg like a month ago, and I'm sick and tired of like every 2 to 3 weeks a new infection. This is bullshit, and I wanted to see a clinical immunologist because I think my immune system is something screwed up with that. But my GP wants me to see infectious disease specialist, which makes sense. If I'm suffering from infections, might as well see the infectious disease specialist. So I'm going to do that eventually. They're trying to get me an appointment. You know how it goes. You know how the system goes. It takes some time. I'm going to try to do this until, I don't know, hour or two maybe. Just me rambling. This is the potpourri type episode. Potpourri, for those of you who don't know, is that bowl of sweet smelling herbs and leaves and dried nature that you put in your bathroom usually to like make it smell nice because it's got a nice smell to it, but it's just random stuff, and that's what this is right now. Random stuff. If I get some people to chat with, maybe I'll throw the music on my crappy little speakers. Can't be too loud though. I hooked up my sound bar from my TV because with my depression, I don't watch TV. I don't even watch videos on the computer very often. YouTube and TikTok is about the extent I can handle. I've been trying to watch more long form stuff like Good Omens and Mandalorian. I've watched a couple episodes of Mandalorian. Good stuff. But I missed all. I mean, season 2 just ended, and I'm starting in season 1. Trying to catch up slowly. Master and Servant is cranking right now. Let me turn that down a little bit in my head. So, whoops. There we go. There we go. That's good. Not that you can tell, but it's good for me. Was it good for you? No? Sorry. Um, whew. So, I don't know. I don't know. I had interaction with one viewer on my Facebook page, one of my friends on my last broadcast, and I enjoyed that. I was happy to have her because I was in the talk show category because I figured, this is a talk show. I'm going to be talking about current events, talking about this, talking about that, talking about whatever I want to talk about. And then I looked and saw there's this just chatting category, which is sort of a catch-all, apparently, for all of the separate 203 different Twitch categories that they had. And they consolidated into just chatting. So it's just a bunch of random crap. So I'm going to do, like I said, Mondays will be Pagan chant. It'll be chants. I'll chant. I did some chants on my Facebook page, or actually my TikTok. My TikTok is mainly composed of me a cappella singing Pagan chants, Depeche Mode, The Cure, Susie, and the Banshees. Thank you very much. Oh hey, look at you. Don't you look like Susie Sue? How long did it take you to look that way? What a terrible waste of energy. I bought a new printer today. I don't know why. I'm bipolar 2, which is not as bad as bipolar 1, but I still peak and trough. And I think I hit my manic peak like yesterday, and I'm starting to come down. But one of the symptoms of mania is you impulse buy, you don't think about your money. And I went to the Walmart. I went to Walmart. I hate Walmart, but I went there because it's the only place you can get fabric. I bought some green fabric, which was a mistake. And I saw this printer for $35, and I'm like, for $35, I want a printer because I only print maybe a few times a year. Let's be honest. Maybe I'll print more. Maybe I'll print out some artwork, pictures, stuff like that. Put around the apartment a little bit. But $35, pick that up. Probably shouldn't have. Because I'm nickeling and diming a little bit more than I want to this month. And it is only, the 5th of January. I've also been, I realized that over the summer I bought, I was crazy buying and ran up all my credit cards. Burned through all of my credit. I'm in the process of paying all my debts off with credit.org. They help you work with a company that will pay off your debts, and you pay them every month, basically less than what you're paying already for your debt. And what they do is they hassle your debtors to accept less, so that you're still paying. You're paying less than what you would have paid for your credit card minimums, but you end up paying off your credit cards for less than your minimums. How nice is that? It takes about 3.5 years, 39 months to do it. So it ain't overnight fix, and your credit's going to take a hit when you first do it because you may default on payments, and your credit score will take a hit. But as you keep making payments to the company and they keep paying off your debt, your credit score will rise. May the road rise with you. May the road rise with you. Could be wrong. I could be right. I'm not going to sing that for any. Won't sing more of that at you. when I'm really tired, I'm getting tired, and when I'm tired, anything becomes a song cue. Even my own voice, apparently. But credit.org, pay off your debts, be debt free. They found a bunch of medical debt, which I've been avoiding, on top of the massive credit card debt I ran up. And they lumped it all together, and I'm not saving any money, except I'm paying off all my credit cards and the medical debt I was ignoring. So, like, wow, I'll do that. I'll do it. I want to be debt free. I want to have clean slate, and I want to burn all my credit. My credit cards will be burned because I won't be able to use them anymore because they're being paid off by this company. And good. Can't handle my shit. You know, people who are alcoholics, they don't drink. People who are heroin abusers don't do fucking heroin. Don't do fucking heroin. Do fucking heroin. What do I care? Just don't fucking drive. Don't drive in my town. Don't drive on my highways if you're on heroin. Don't drive, period, if you're on fucking heroin, for fuck's sake. But being debt free will be nice. Looking forward to it. Turning off the music for a minute. Taking off these headphones because they advise you. Even the headphone manual advises you to take off the headphones every so often. And as Groucho Marx once said, I love my cigar, but I take it out of my mouth every once in a while. Let's put that there. Tra-la. Oh, troll hair. Last video I mentioned shaving gel. That's what I did in the 90s, which I'd put shaving gel in my hair to puff it out, and then spray it with hairspray. Because I didn't like hanging my head upside down or holding it up and spraying in chunks or whatever. I wasn't that good at it. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what you want to talk about. I mentioned pagan witchy stuff. I've known that stuff since the 80s and 90s, so 25 years Wiccan, but pagan born. It's people who are witches. I'm a witch as well as Wiccan. I mean, there's a difference. Wicca is a religion. Witchcraft or witchcraft is a practice. Most Wiccans are witches. Not all witches are Wiccans. There's an overlap, basically, a Venn diagram. And they both fall under the umbrella of paganism. So, pagan witches in general, or Wiccans, or Druids, or Dianic Wiccans, or Norse worshippers. And I feel bad for the Norse worshippers because they're like they get overrun by a lot of the white supremacists, those fucks, because a lot of these white power groups identify with the Norse gods, and I'm like, get the fuck out of my group. Get the fuck out, you racist fucks. No place. It's just ridiculous. Satan worshippers, yeah, they're pagans. Satanists are pagans. Church of Satan is a really interesting and good organization. They fight against church and state violations. Big in separation of church and state. Someone puts a statue of Mother Mary on government property where it doesn't belong because it's a religious symbol, they'll put a statue of Baphomet right next to it. And if they get pissed off at seeing a satanic statue on government property, well, take the Christian or Catholic one down. Doesn't belong there. If it's your personal property, your house, go to town. Go to town. That's your right as an American to celebrate whatever religion you choose. We are not a Christian nation. In God We Trust is not our slogan. That was added to the currency in the 1950s by Eisenhower because he wanted us to be a show the world we were a God-fearing nation as opposed to the godless communists in Russia and the USSR. United States slogan, of course, is E pluribus unum, out of many one. The idea being that we are many states, the Republic, but we are one nation, indivisible with liberty and justice for all. Screw the under God part. Which was underdog when I was in first grade or so. One nation, underdog, invisible. We do that in Wicca too. When we open the circle at the end of the ritual, the circle is open but unbroken. Merry meet, merry well, and merry meet again. Come on, we're tired. Merry meet, merry part, and merry Tyler Moore. Look it up, people. Yeah. I miss eclectic streaming radio stations. There was, I can't remember the name. There was one of those like radio something. I can't remember, like radio blah, blah, blah. Like I said, I can't remember. And they played the most an eclectic mix. They would play African dance music, and followed by a pop song, more indie pop, then stuff from France, and just always this mix mash of different styles and sounds. And it was really cool. It was a lot of fun, and I missed that. I don't remember what the name of the station was, or if they're still streaming. I mean, I hope they are, wherever they are. The other thing I was talking about in an earlier episode, ZBS Productions. I threw out a couple of names. The Fourth Tower of Inverness. That's the second or third Jack Flanders adventure series. I think the first one was literally just the adventures of Jack Flanders. Because, audio dramas can take you places that video can't. It's closest to, like, we like audiobooks. Audiobooks took off in the past 10 years. And, ZBS was doing original productions that are, fully acted with sound effects. And other companies are doing Big Finish in Britain does Doctor Who audio adventures. NPR used to fund audio adventures. They helped co-fund the Lord of the Rings adaptation done in the 70s, early 80s. I think it was the 80s, actually. They did Star Wars and Empire. They never did Jedi, but they did Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back as audio dramas, which is interesting because you've got, Star Wars was inspired by the 1940s serials like Flash Gordon, where you'd get like a 10-minute chapter every week. Tune in next week to see the next adventures of Flash Gordon. And you go to the theater and it'd be packed, obviously. New Flash Gordon, and you get the cartoons and a movie and a newsreel. No TVs. This is how you got your news, except for newspapers and radio. Don't become some background noise. I don't remember the actual lyrics. Actually, there's a lyric, but that's probably the wrong melody. To all the girls and boys who just don't know or just don't care and just complain when you're not there. You've had the time, you've had your power, you've yet to have your finest hour. Radio. All we hear is radio gaga gaga, radio goo 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 goo, radio gaga gaga. All we hear is radio gaga, radio blah blah, radio what's new. Radio, someone still loves you. Radio Gaga, Queen. That's how Lady Gaga got her name, because she was singing Radio Gaga, or she accidentally said Radio Gaga, she said Lady Gaga. Like, that's it. That's the name, Lady Gaga. And, say what you want about Lady Gaga, but, I mean, she's writing her own shit, she's playing piano, gorgeous singing voice, strong personality, doing the, trying to do the reinvention thing and the art pop thing, whatever, but, I mean, the Tony Bennett collaboration was surprising and refreshing. I haven't watched A Star Is Born. I've heard good things. I stumbled onto Chromatica late. If I'd heard, I wish I'd heard it when it came out, to have it even longer during this fucking pandemic. It was nice to have a nice, energetic, cathartic album to listen to, about mental illness and medication, and I mean prescribed medication, but she called it 911. My biggest enemy is me, Papa 911. And maybe taking the wrong ones. That's the thing that sucks about antidepressants, is you got to be on them for like 2 weeks before you know if they work. So for 2 weeks you're playing craps with your mental state in hopes that you'll calm down and be level and you'll just be okay. Ingrid Michaelson has that song, I Just Want to Be Okay Today. And that's all I want as someone who suffers from chronic depression and anxiety, is I want to be okay. Bipolar 2, I was finally properly diagnosed with it and I'm being treated for it. But, this pandemic is exacerbating it. It's hard not to buy things when I'm really manic. And, I bought a printer for $35. Didn't buy the $400 printer, which I might have done over the summer. God, I would have bought a laser printer over the summer. God, I spent so much goddamn credit. And I'm paying it off, and bye-bye credit cards, but hello financial freedom. That'll be nice. My desk is not a desk. It is the kitchen table that I grew up with in the 1970s that served my sisters well in the 1960s and before, probably 55. This table it's not a classic by any stretch of the imagination, but it's probably been standing around holding stuff up since 1955, let's say. And right now it's holding my monitor and printer and my medications and vitamins and envelopes and paperwork and filing stuff. Not that I have a lot of paperwork. I'm pretty paper free. Bills are electronic, automatically deducted from my account. Things like that. Convenient, nice. I've got this framed in such a way. I'm looking at my video now that it comes down and starts to show my bulk. And before, I think it was I had the camera set up to follow my face. Check this out. This is cool. This actually kind of blows my mind. This is the Logitech Stream Cam, which is another ludicrous expense. But if you turn on auto framing, whoop, there we go. So now what happens is when you turn off the auto frame, this is the standard frame. This is 1080p, 60 frames a second, 60 hertz. Oh, excuse me. Chroma key. I'm gonna I'll leave chroma key on. My hair isn't gonna go transparent. It's aqua blue, aquamarine, some purple in there. But what happens is, if I move in the frame, the camera's stationary. So the camera can't really tilt and pan. It's not mechanical like that. But what you can do is turn on auto framing. And what will happen is when you turn on auto framing, you'll see it'll zoom in on me. It's a digital zoom, so it's pushing out less pixels and upscaling the image. But the upside is that the image is still pretty clear, pretty nice. But if I move in the frame, it knows where my face is, and it pans. Look at this. Woohoo! Turn to the right. Turn back. So I'll leave the auto on because I'm in a pretty good angle. Hopefully this will take off. Now that I think I'm in the right place and I'm trying to market myself a little better. You know, this is kind of a new introduction, and I'll probably have to say this a few times. I mean, I'll focus on my different aspects of myself, different facets during the weekly broadcasts on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But let's talk a little bit about it. Monday is Pagan chat, and I am, as I said before, I am Wiccan. I'm a second degree witch and priest in the braided wheel tradition. Braided wheel is an eclectic North American Wiccan tradition founded in the 1980s by Lady Scheherazade. We are technically a child tradition of Blue Star. There's some debate as to whether or not we are like officially a child tradition. We like to think we are, because Zadi was trained Blue Star and never got her first degree in Blue Star because her teachers moved. Fred and Jill Buck, they moved. She didn't feel she couldn't teach Blue Star. She felt really strongly that I cannot teach Blue Star because I was not initiated in my first degree. So she took what Fred and Jill taught her and did more research to try and fill in some of the blanks. And in the process, a lot of Wiccan traditions use the Kabbalah tree of life based, and ours isn't. She didn't want to have a connection to the Abrahamic religions, so we went Eastern and the chakra system. So we are a chakra-based Wiccan tradition, which is fabulous for me. Throat chakra, in case you couldn't tell, I'm broadcasting and singing all over the place. I don't even know if anyone's chatting. Where's my blessed chat bar? Oh, it would help if I was looking at the program that has the chat in it. I'm tired. Okay, so here we are. And I'm also breathing in fumes I taste when we kiss. I'm burning incense in front of me. What was I thinking? I thought it would be a nice idea to have the incense in front of you. You can see the smoke coming up on the screen. And it's not my hotness. There's no hotness. It's just the incense. I'm incensed. I'm incensed when I talk about Trump. I'm a ludicrously liberal democratic socialist, and I've been liberal all my life. I'm very fortunate, growing up in the small town I did, to have two really good friends, Aaron and Karen, who both came out during their college years, and Aaron exposed me to a lot of gay cinema at the time, which I've prattled off before, like Torch Song Trilogy with Harvey Fierstein, Paris is Burning, Longtime Companion about the AIDS crisis, Jeffrey. Jeffrey is fabulous. You have to see Jeffrey. If you haven't seen Jeffrey, what's his name from Wings? I can't remember the actor's name. It's about a gay man, who during the AIDS crisis decides he's going to stop having sex. He was a slut who decided to stop having sex, and then he meets and falls in love with someone who's HIV positive, and A lot of straight actors. Straight actors are playing gay characters. The best being his older friend and mentor, Patrick Stewart. I have no idea if Sir Patrick knew Sir Ian McKellen at that time. I think so, because they were both growing up and acting in the Royal Shakespeare Company around that time. I'm not sure if they were both in the Royal Shakespeare Company at the same time, but they were both well known, renowned stage actors in Shakespearean dramas and comedies in that time. And of course, now Sir Patrick and Sir Ian are just such they're so cute together. They age very gracefully. And Patrick has a young lover who's in Cats. It's a delightful film. I mean, touching on AIDS, obviously, but still a delightful film. And there's a more recent one, beyond my college years, which was what was the one with Kevin Kline? I can't remember the name of it, and I could probably just Google it because I'm in front of a computer. You're in front of a computer. In and Out. I didn't even have to click the search button. In and Out. Where the basis of the film is, I think after, I can't remember, Philadelphia. When Philadelphia won Best Picture. Or known Tom Hanks won Best Actor for Philadelphia. Which, to be honest, was not as good as Torch Song Trilogy, Paris is Burning, which was a documentary. But the big Hollywood production of the gay drama was like not. Well, the gay cinema was better. It was real. I mean, it was heartfelt. I mean, when I saw Philadelphia, to me it was a retread. For a lot of people, it was brand new because they haven't been paying attention to the AIDS crisis. Until you put a friendly face on, like Tom Hanks or Rock Hudson, who was actually diagnosed and died of AIDS. That woke people up. It's not just a gay thing; it's everywhere. Oh my gods! But Tom Hanks, during his acceptance speech, thanked his drama teacher for being this wonderful gay man who taught him respect. Blah 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 blah. And the writer's like, "What if someone gave a speech like that?" And the drama teacher is in the closet. Or better yet, doesn't know that he's gay. You may think it's crazy, but people don't necessarily know what they are. I'm guilty of this. I talked about this before, and I'll talk about it a couple more times because hopefully people will watch the videos and catch up. And hopefully this one will get watched a little bit now that I'm in the just chatting category, hanging out with big boys and girls, and no one's here but us chickens. But see, it's just gone. Whatever I was just saying, like literally a minute ago, what I was just saying before I rambled, and it's gone. Where was I going? I was talking about In and Out. Did I talk about it? No. Kevin Kline plays the teacher, who Matt Dillon wins the Oscar. Matt Dillon's character, and he outs his drama teacher, who's in the process of marrying, in the process of getting married to the love of his life, played by Joan Cusack, the incredibly underrated Joan Cusack. Everyone looks at John Cusack and loves him, but Joan Cusack, great comic timing, great good chops, very funny actress. So In and Out is a great film. My favorite is when he buys a record on how to be macho, how to be a guy. Number 3, dancing. Great. Oh, I love dancing. Men don't dance. Oh, come on. And it's just stuff like that. Tom Selleck, sans mustache, is in and out as a gay reporter. He's a reporter, and he's a happily out gay man. And it's just, why didn't they hire gay actors who probably do as good? Because they hired names. The big problem is they hired names. They wanted names in this production. And watching someone respectfully, like watching Patrick Stewart play, a little flamey, a little silly, but a very dramatic interior designer, is just fabulous. Watching Tom Selleck kiss Kevin Kline and make Kevin realize, I kind of like that, just, I love watching the straight boys kiss. Let me tell you my story, which I've told before. I'll tell it one more time. Growing up, I've always been, I was sexually active very young, and I've always been very interested in sex, and the physical aspects of sex, and just casual sex, romantic sex, fucking sex, heterosexual, going after women. I could appreciate guys. If someone was attractive, I could definitely appreciate that. Especially I was in the goth scene, very, talked about before, very goth, and there's a bit of androgyny and some, a little, gender fluidity, growing up, especially growing up with so many, with Aaron and Karen, exposing me to the gay subculture, and, reminding me that there's more to this world than this boy meets girl, which is an Erasure song, I think. Anyway, but I've always been a little queer, and I never really thought about it. Because I'm just I've kissed some guys, I've fooled around with some guys. I've never gone down on a guy. I've never done any kind of penetrative sex with a guy. But I still think that Frankenfurter from the Rocky Horror Picture Show is delicious. I'm trying to think of another male actor before this year's top choice, Jason Momoa. Back when I was younger, I can't remember. I'm thinking about Jason Momoa now. I can't think of anyone else. I'm thinking about Lisa Bonet. I'm thinking about Lisa Bonet in a Jason Momoa, Lenny Kravitz sandwich. Oh my gods. It's possible. Lenny is on very good terms with both of them, obviously. And who are we to judge? Maybe they are. Maybe they actually are getting together once in a while as a three or foursome, or moresome. Nothing wrong with that. I'm polyamorous. I've been dating a female couple since about 10 years, going on 11 years. Longest relationship I've had, and the best ones, with Diana and Jacqueline. Diana has popped into my video chats once in a while when I let her know I'm doing them, and she's awake. She's long asleep by now, so I'm not going to wake her up and say, I did a video. No, bad boyfriend. No, let her sleep. Just wake up, oh wake up, don't wake up, don't wake me up. Mika, I love Mika. Grace Kelly, I want to talk to you. Do I attract you? Do I repulse you with my queasy smile? Am I too dirty? Am I too flirty? Do I like what you like? I could be wholesome, I could be lonesome, guess I'm a little bit shy. Why don't you like me? Why don't you like me with making me try? And I'm singing it an octave down because my voice is really tired. I can do the choruses and verses. I can do the verses of Grace Kelly, but when he hits the high note for I've got to see mad ba 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 an octave above what it's saying. Nope. Not even my falsetto. Not even when I'm warmed up properly. I can't. I do not have Mika's range. Mika is the magpie, and he is just fabulous. Um, I am either a baritone or a tenor. I'm a tenor who strains at the high end of the tenor range, so I'm probably a baritone. But um, fortunately, as a Depeche Mode fan, my vocal range is almost identical to Dave Gahan's. I don't sing as well as Dave Gahan by any stretch of the imagination, as my acapella TikTok videos will prove. I, I'm okay. I can carry a tune, um, and if I'm warmed up, I can carry a tune better. I can lug it and do it justice. Um, but um, not as good as a professionally trained singer or someone who's been singing all of his or her life as their full time gig. You my father was a math professor, PhD, at the local college here, and I live in small town upstate New York, and there's a college here, and it's Oswego, New York, because I've said it before in other videos. So guess where I live? That's right, Syracuse. No, I live in no. That wasn't even funny. You sad man. Got to work harder on that. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, living in Oswego, he was a math professor, and that's really all that he cared about. His passion was math, and I wanted to earn his respect. You know, because I wanted his love and his attention, and to do that, I math major in college. Like my sister before me, my oldest sister got her PhD and was a math professor for many years. That's what I was planning on doing. It didn't happen. I got to grad school at Cornell, and I was a little fish in a big pond, and boy, did I not like that big pond. Boy, was it a hammer that hammered me down. I was like, I was a nail, and Cornell was Molnir. Wham! I don't know who's holding it though. Who's holding Cornell? Ezra. I don't know. But grad school just wasn't for me. I should have known it the first day I was there because their compute. This was back when Unix was king still in Windows, and Macs were still like secondary to serious work and communication and shit. I mean, this is when Usenet was big, and there wasn't a Facebook. There were bulletin board websites and stuff, but most people chatted on Usenet about so many topics. So there's a Usenet group for everything. Just there's a subreddit for everything now. There was a news group in Usenet News for everything. You like dogs dressed up as penguins? There's a group for that. Everything. Rule 37. Anyway, so we had Unix workstations, and this is the Applied Math Department at Cornell, and they were named after mountains in the Catskills. What? In Oswego, we named ours after Star Trek characters. We had, I usually went on Spock. Spock, just because it was had a nice window view outside. You could see people walk by while I was on the big 21-inch monochrome monitor, downloading actual bitmap porn of black and white images scanned from magazines that were basically like drawings, crappy 1-bit drawings. Oh, brother. Even then, I was a horn dog. I mean, again, very, very, very sexual. Lost my virginity very young, 13, too young, in my opinion. Didn't know what I was doing, but apparently, penis was in a vagina. Boom, not a virgin. Um, and it was really 17 when I lost my emotional virginity, because that's when 16, 17 was when I was having sex. Um, Screw it, with Karen, who's now an out lesbian and in a great relationship, has been for years. But back in high school, she was dating guys and came out in college, dated a guy, and then kicked him to the curb and has been penis free, well, biological penis free ever since, shall we say. Leia Delaria had the great. I think it was Leia Delaria had the line. It's not that I don't like penises. I just don't like them attached to men. Yeah, it's Leia Delaria. That's Leia for you, Princess Leia. No, not really. Leia. She was Leia Delaria. Haven't seen her in a while. Yeah, whatever. Um, um, but like I said, men, I was kind of attracted to, and I'm very cuddly. I'm very physically affectionate. I kiss my male friends. I'm not, I'm comfortable in being me. That being affectionate towards another man doesn't bother me. And I think that going out to gay bars and seeing Aaron and his boyfriend, and Karen and her girlfriends, um, it helped me to be more understanding and be more open and be accepting of um, all sexualities. You know, and it seems like every few years was a new thing to me. Like transgender was a new thing for me, and I'm like, okay, I don't quite get it. But I respect that it's a thing. I know it's a thing, and I respect it. I just don't get it. Um, and eventually, I got it. And I'm like, okay, cool. And now what? Gender fluidity, NBs, non-binary. What? What? I don't get it. But I know it's a thing, so I respect it. Tell me more, and wait, okay. So it's a gradient. It's a gradient between the genders. Gender is a construct, and you can present as female, present as male, depending on your mood. And okay, yeah, okay, I grok it in its fullness. Um, so I wonder what the next big thing will be. I'm excited, but like I said before, I was having a little bit of a crisis because I didn't really know what to call myself, and not that it really matters per se, but um, yeah, not that it matters really what you are or what you want to call yourself, or who you are, but for me, it was important to know just know who I am. I needed a name for what I believe in or what I am. What I am is what I am. Are you what you are or what? Another song, Edie Brickell, New Bohemians. She married Paul Simon. I wonder how that's going. Um, so I had to pull my friend John aside, or I called him actually, and he picked up strangely enough because usually he doesn't, but he picked it up, and I'm like, John, you know me, how I behave, and I have these feelings and this and that. And what the fuck am I? And he said, well, Pan. I was Pan Ganesha back then. Now I'm Dionysus Ganesha. I'll get to that in a second. Um, well, Pan, I always considered you to be a pan-romantic demisexual. If I had to put a name to it, it would be pan-romantic demisexual. And I thought about it. I'm like, yeah, yeah, yes. Thank you. Um, I've said it before, but pan-romantic means I can be romantically attracted to anybody, regardless of gender or lack of gender. I just like the person. I'm attracted to the person. Um, and I can be, affectionate with men, women, NBs, people on the sliding scale or in the spectrum, what have you. The demisexual is I'm only gonna get with you physically, erotically, if we have a deep connection, a deep emotional connection. It's got to be, in here and in here. Tapping my heart. You can't see it because I'm focused up here on my handsome gray bearded face. That should be a poll question. Should I dye when the beard comes in? Should I dye it? Should the curtain I'm not below the waist? No, I'm not that. No, I'm not gonna have a mossy crotch. No seaweed down there. Just no, big fat no. Big fat me. But should I dye my beard? I think my friend Shane dyed his beard once. It was interesting. I don't know if I want to though. If I want to dye it like the green or purple that my aquamarine or purple, whatever my hair is going to be, when it starts to grow out. Well, I'll probably stick with this color for a while. I don't think I can bleach it out and put something else in it. It has to be this family of colors. But but the beard, I'll probably dye brown, dark brown to black, which is my natural hair color. You can see in my eyebrows, that's my natural hair color. Because vanity at this point. Desperately grasping for youthful energy without grasping youths, because that's just weird and wrong. And oh my god, what the fuck is wrong with America that they didn't kick Donald Trump to the fucking curb when he said he would grab women by the pussy? Please. Ugh, what a pig. What a fucking orange fuck. He's gone. He is gone in 15 days. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Bye bye. That'll be fantastic. If he doesn't stage a fucking coup, fucker. Ugh. So yeah. So this is basically the potpourri, and I've thrown in a lot of stuff. Talked about some Wicca, pagan stuff, talked about politics, talked about random crap and sang at you. So I think we've covered all our bases as to what my chats are going to be about. So I hope that people watch this one and get interested and curious about this fella who's got at least a good 20, if not 30 years of stories involving love, depression, getting dumped, dumping someone, unrequited love, food, partying, dancing, disco dancing, science fiction, Star Trek, Babylon 5, Star Wars, fantasy, Dragon Riders of Pern, Vampire Chronicles, some Stephen King thrown in there, Terry Pratchett's, or Terry, of course, Terry Pratchett, Spider and Gene Robinson. I mean, Spider Robinson alone for Callahan's Crosstime Saloon, but Spider and his late wife, Jean, for the Stardance trilogy. I don't know where I'd be without the Stardance trilogy, or without the Beggars series. I think Beggars was also a trilogy. Beggars in Spain, Beggars and Choosers. I can't remember what the third one was called. I just poked myself in the eye. What am I doing? Why am I doing that? I don't know. Oh, Joe Haldeman. Let me tell you that story. I'm glad I turned the tables literally in my room in my living room, because now, if I ever actually do get the TV back up and running, I can watch some TV while I'm at the computer. Um, but I also, during my crazy summer of spending, I bought a big ass monitor. I'm running a 32-inch monitor at 14p, with a Radeon 580, which is okay. You know, it's a low end graphics card for a mid range system. Um, but when my nephew built it for me, he picked pieces, parts, and he built me a budget machine because I was under a budget. And then this summer the budget went, ha ha, bye bye. So I upgraded the processor to a Ryzen 7 3700X. I upgraded the RAM from 16 to 32 gigs of 3200 DDR4. I upgraded the graphics card to a Radeon 5600 XT. Except that my MSI B450 Tomahawk Max motherboard hated the graphics card. I was getting what I called the black screen of death. My computer was running headless. It would either be headless, i.e., no video signal, but it was still booting in Windows, or it wouldn't post at all. And without video, I couldn't diagnose the problem. I just kept banging my head against the wall for like a day and a half of mainly black screens over and over and fucking over until finally I said, "Fuck this noise. Let me slap the graphics card in there for a minute." And it just booted immediately. I ran it for like a week, full uptime for a week. It was the graphics card, you know, and I sold the graphics card, and I actually made I think my profit was like $10, $5, but it was cash in hand instead of credit, so that was nice. The graphics market is just weird. I mean, it's a great graphics card. The 5600 XT, that is the mid-range go-to over any of the NVIDIA chips. It's the go-to card, and I bought a Sapphire because the Sapphire, I read that they do it really well. MSI does really well. I don't know what the deal is. When last I checked, people were bitching and moaning because MSI had given some of its resellers the high-end NVIDIA cards, and they were scalping them. And people were blaming MSI, and it's like MSI's not doing it. It's their resellers that are being assholes. Well, they should know better. They should control their stock better. Maybe they should. But I like MSI in general. I mean, Dragon Center is kind of bloat. Don't need all that crap in there. Especially when I don't need Adrenaline. I don't need that. I've got Ryzen Master and CTR, which is amazing if you're running Ryzen systems. What does CTR stand for? CTR. Hello, Mr. Motel, CTR. No fucking idea. Cthulhu. Oh man, Cthulhu. Fucking Cthulhu country, not Cthulhu, Lovecraft country. Do I know how to pick them? I went through download spree as well as a buying spree over the summer. I went through a download spree with my BitTorrent and VPN network, downloading a lot of video stuff that I don't have access to because I don't pay for streaming services, except for Spotify music service, because music is what's been holding me together throughout this whole pandemic. I don't video chat as often with my friends as I'd like. That's why I'm broadcasting, trying to chat with people now. But I am I am I don't know. A lot of times I'm lonely, and the music keeps me company, and And Spotify just has everything. They've made deals with so many artists and so many record companies that own the rights to the music. Fuckers. That I can throw anything at it, and I found like tracks from my college days that I forgot about on Spotify. I found remixes. I found CD, they're streaming like the CD singles, all the Depeche Mode singles that I was growing up with, like "The Never Let Me Down," which had "Pleasure Little Treasure" on it. Everybody's looking for a reason to live. Everybody's looking for a reason to give. Everybody's looking for whatever they're looking for. You'll discover pleasure, little treasure. Good stuff. Fun. Electronic dance. EDM before it was EDM, I guess. Depeche is still going strong. Alan's no longer in the group, but as strong as ever. Look at the concert in Berlin. I've said this before. I say it on my Facebook every so often. Live in Berlin. There's a track off of Delta Machine, which is a great album. It is a solid album. I'll put that up against Violator and Music for the Masses as being just as good. And Ultra. I'll put it up against Ultra as well. Delta Machine, good album. And You Should Be Higher. Great song. I won't sing it now because my voice is beat and I'm beat. But the version on Live in Berlin, I mean, just there are a few moments like when Dave is dancing on stage where, as I've said, he has the grace of a matador. He's 51 when this was filmed. He's like 52 now. Or 53. It was a couple of years ago, I think. Yeah, because Delta Machine, now they had Spirit last year. Or 2018. Every day's Blur's day under a pandemic. But Should Be Higher. I mean, he was 51 when they were touring for the Delta Machine album, and he still has it. He's dancing. He's just wearing a vest and no shirt. He's covered in sweat, and I want to hug him. Yeah, he's a sweaty mess, but he's pretty to look at, and his great vocal. He hits these high notes. I can't even fucking do it. I'm not gonna try. Why did I try? I tried to be like Grace Kelly, but I look so too sad. Anyhow, on that note, a sad note, we can't all be happy. We have to be sad sometimes. As Bob, fucking Bob, the painter. I am so tired, I can't remember. Bob Ross, of course. It's like, you can't have good times without the bad times. You have to have bad times to remind you how good the good times are. And I'm having some bad times right now, and I'm hoping the good times are right around the corner. Something like that. So for all you out there, I hope you're having good times. And if not, I hope they're just around the corner. I'll be back, taking all Tuesday off, chillaxing. I'll be back Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, talking about the weather and whether or not Trump should be in the stockade or just in like the stocks, and they throw tomatoes at his fucking ugly mug. Will be current affairs on Wednesday, people. Have a good morning, have a good night, have a good